Hey, all you holistic hipsters out there, it's that time. So grab your chalice of choice and sit back and sip along with us. We would love to welcome you to the Tea Podcast, where we spill the tea on all things holistic in the pet grooming industry. Let me introduce you to our hostesses with the mostesses.
She is the socialite of skin and coat care, Ms. Michelle Knowles.
And the queen bee of all things oily, Ms. Melissa Conti-Diener. Brought to you by TheOilyGroomer.com. Are you searching for a new and more mindful way of grooming? Interested in understanding how to grow your grooming business with a more holistic and organic approach? Please contact Melissa Conti-Diener at TheOilyGroomer.com so that you can set up a meeting and bring balance and prosperity to your life. And AllThingsPaw.com. Intermediate and advanced courses in pet esthetician work, fear recovery, animal handling, and more. Get your learn on with All Things Paw. Also, classes with Melissa, online and self-guided, intuitive energy work, transitional therapy, and compassionate touchpoint therapy, and more. And the Herbal Paw Pet Apothecary, tailored for the individual pet, phone consultations, history gathering, and the home of the Herbal First Aid Kit.
Now, let's get the tea party started.
Yay! We woke up again.
Yes. You managed to make it out of bed. That's always 2 gold stars, right?
Well, 1 star for waking up, but
Well,
2 stars for actually waking up and get stuff done.
So I think that counts. If I roll out of bed, it counts. My feet hit the floor. Taking all the gold stars I could get for that movement.
I agree wholehearedly.
Wait,
What is in your cup today, Melissa?
Let's push the foliage aside so we could see one another.
We're all tropical today.
I know.
Melissa is responsible for making our overlays, and they are scrumptious.
I was very Earth Mother-ish this morning.
Yes, I love it. Bringing that green in when everything's a little bit gray all over, huh?
So I have my favorite cup from Erin. It doesn't have its crown on top because this is actually cold tea. I made it ahead of time, and it is one of my favorites, the raspberry leaf. So I actually make this ahead of time and then drink it throughout the day, mix them in my water bottle if I'm leaving the house.
Mm-hmm.
I love it with a little honey with the comb in there. So you get all the waxy goodness of all that. Side note, the other day I went to get some and there was an actual bee in the honeycomb. He was floating in my teacup.
Oh no, you didn't make it.
I was all
poor buddy.
He died making this honey for me so I could use it. So I fished him out, but yep, I still drank the tea. So
oh yeah.
So that's what's in my cup today. What's in your cup, Michelle?
Today I have a chamomile and calendula. I'm still trying to heal my throat a little bit. And my cup is, my presence is a privilege.
Oh, yes.
And I'm going to shout out, I got this, I won it. And I'm going to shout out this place here, the Unstoppable Entrepreneurship Lounge, Entrepreneur Lounge with Sunshine Boatwright. On Facebook, I am a member of this entrepreneur group.
I'm a member as well, but I haven't functioned in there yet.
And I'm telling you, she is worth her salt. And she has transformed how I think about marketing my business and how I look at how I want to communicate what I need and what I do to the world. And I shout her out. She is worth her weight in gold. If you take any of her classes, let her know I sent you. I don't get anything out of it, but just let her know that I am really preaching her name all over the place. She is a great person. Very, very motivational. So that's basically what I'm doing today.
And that is so true. It is a privilege to be in your presence.
And yours as well, ma'am.
Oh, well, thank you. Indubitably. It's nice when you actually, I mean, we say things like that, like my teacup from Erin says Queen Bee on it, inside, and we joke around about that stuff, but we really do need to value who we are.
I agree.
I think that's a huge part of just finding your joy and knowing who you are and seeing value in who you are and what you bring to the table.
Absolutely.
Isn't that what we're talking about today? What we're bringing to this table of 2024?
Bam!
Michelle with her wizardry there.
Yeah, we're charged up for 2024. We're going to be talking about all the things that we have in store, the things that we want to offer to the world and to dogs and to people. And we're going to talk about some of the opportunities that we can bring you and just stuff that we're working on. I think that's going to be kind of fun today because we're all charged up about it. Why not?
Yeah, we're excited.
Tell people about it.
So number one on the list is for both of us, because I love when we do stuff team style. Yes.
I do. Yes.
So number one on the list is that we will be at Groom Expo West. Yeah, there you go.
We will be in Pasadena, and that is on the 16th through that Sunday.
Yeah, I think the 19th.
Yes.
Is it the 19th?
Yes, in February.
I don't know. We'll be there, though. Don't ask us to date while you're there.
Whenever it is, we'll probably be there. In February, correct. Yes, and we're all gearing up for that. It's going to be an extravaganza.
So explain what we're going to be doing there, because we are not there as instructors this year.
Right. We're there as a booth. We're going to have a booth. We're booth 403. We know that ahead of time. And we are going to jointly set up. She's going to be on one side and I'm going to be on the other. And she's going to decorate it all pretty. And we're going to offer games and trivia contests and a raffle for big prizes.
Yes.
Pardon?
I said giveaways.
It's going to be really awesome. We are, I am hard launching the dewdrops and the flashcards, the educational reference flashcards at the expo. And Melissa, what are you doing there?
I thought I had a copy of my book over here, but apparently I forgot it. So it's not in my immediate reach. So I will have my book, my guided journal for at the booth, as well as all my classes, and you'll be able to sign up and pay for the classes that are all self-guided. So they will be very easily done with a QR code. I will also have some fun stickers and a few other surprise items with me.
Yeah, we don't want to give it all away.
Right. So I will be bringing my A game, and I have made sure that we will make the booth look very appealing and ours. So that's the idea, is to draw you in so you can come over and play the games and you can engage with us as well as we'll do a little live from the show as well.
Yes, we are going to be transmitting, if you will, to the show from the show. Here and there, just to give you a little update about what's going on and maybe do a walk and put a video in of the things that we've seen that we like that are new. I will also be offering the educational by online self-guided classes, as well as so many other things. We are also going to introduce a booth that sells, but without a point of sale. We are a totally QR code driven booth. So get your phones out and get ready to snap our QR code. That way we don't have to handle your card. You don't have to get it out. It's all on you. And I feel like it might be a safer solution for a lot of people who are afraid to, use their card in venues like that.
Right.
So that is our plan. I think it has been successful in the past, but I really like the idea of not having that. There's a little bit of an inconvenience that if you want to buy more than one thing, you'll just have to purchase each thing separately. But
Right.
other than that, it's safer, I think. And that way we don't have, hey, did you give me back my card or whatever, it's just
Right.
like, we don't even handle your card. It's all on you.
Look at us. We're space aged. We are. We are the Judy Jetsons of Judy.
Right.
So, because Michelle is my Judy. If you don't know what a Judy is like the bestie. So Michelle is my Judy. We are going to be the Judy Jetsons, along with Erin, who is there to keep us corralled because
Erin Shank is our Girl Friday, and she is basically, she supervises us. She keeps us in line because we're scattered, and she will get it done. She's detail oriented, and we just love her so much. So you'll meet Erin there, and she's also the manager of Spa La Pa, and you'll see my posts here and there. She provides all those lovely seasonal masks and the kitty. She videos her kitty grooms.
Amazing feline groomer there as well.
Yes. So I'm so proud to have her as a friend and a colleague and a Girl Friday for me. I love all of that. I love all those things. So what's going on?
Keeping us on track for that.
Yes. So what's going on in 2024 for you? Let's go a little bit farther than just February. What's happening?
Well, I have decided that I don't know if anybody, if you saw my post, we had a little health scare here with my hubby. And so I am trying to work on some projects that keep me grounded here. I am designing the master program for the compassionate touchpoint therapy, which is basically the next level of that, and how that can assist you throughout your, whether you're a groomer, whether you're a vet tech, whether you're anyone, a trainer, anybody that handles animals. So I have that in the works. I am still diligently plugging away with the AHPP, the Association of Holistic Pet Professionals. That is getting a complete rebranding and revamping, and I have completely taken it over. And so I'm working on that. I was hoping to have that released by January, but it's just not there yet, and I don't want to release it until it's 100% ready. So I have that also on the stove percolating and going. And then I'm also working on, I work a regular 40-hour-a-week job. So I'm always working with new grooming students up at the AZ Pet Grooming Academy up in Glendale. So we just started a new class of 6. And they won't be finished till April. So that will consume a lot of my time as well, is working with the academy. And right now, that's about it. I mean, I'm pretty much on that, trying to get these 2 big projects finished, hopefully by spring. I'm fingers crossed that I'll have the master program finished. And then I would also like to create my master program for my energy work, but I need to get these 2 done before I can move forward with anything else. And these are these are 2 really big projects. I'm really trying to pull in a lot of things for the Association of Holistic Pet Professionals to get that relaunched. So, and then of course my passion project is always my compassionate touchpoint therapy. So those are huge, along with just continuing to do the tea podcast with you.
Mhm.
And believe me, I hear you when you send me the emails and the messages and whatnot, that you would love for me to go back and do the chakra classes like I used to do, and some of the other ones that I was doing. And honest to God, I just don't have the free time right now to do them. But they are on the vision board. I'm actually going to a vision with you. And
yes, we are going to do the vision board workshop.
We're doing the vision board workshop. Myself, Michelle, and Kate Clayson of Help. Balance Pause is also, she's the one that said, hey, you two need to come to this with me. And Kate is our other Judy. She's always my bestie. She is not joining us in Pasadena this year because she has so much on her calendar. She
had a previous obligation, or she would be there with us as well. So,
but I'm looking forward to the vision board class with, with you guys and to Justin. It's for women entrepreneurs, so it's not pet related. But it is women related, and we are related to women, so we can relate to females. So
that's not the vision board isn't until the 28th, right?
Right. I'll text you and let you know. I know.
You know me. What day is it?
But I'm super excited for that because I love a good vision board, and I always say I'm a toddler. I'm a preschooler. I love to just cut out pretty pictures and paste them on with glue sticks,
It's true.
Glitter and all kinds of fun stuff. So
I love office supplies.
Yeah.
I love them.
So weird.
Just a thing. I'm like,
yeah. So that's pretty much. I mean, for me, I'm trying to focus. This is what this year is going to be for me, is about focus. I tend to be extremely scattered and have 9,000 projects all at the same time, and I don't get to finish everything. And then ultimately it becomes a disappointment. So I'm going to stay out of the disappointment zone, and I am going to only give my time to the things that I am able to devote 100% of time to. And so I have 2 big projects, and those are the 2 that I will be working on. I have so many other things. I started a book last year. I haven't been able to work on it to finish it. But you know what? The universe will open up the time and the place.
I think it will. Yeah.
When it's ready to manifest. So I love a good manifest moment, and this is a good manifest moment. I will finish and rebrand the AHPP, and that will be back up, and I will complete my master's class for my compassionate touchpoint therapy. Me personally, I am taking a full class on facilitating and becoming a facilitator for women's healing circles. So that is also kind of going on in my background for me personally. And I will eventually be bringing those skills into all the other things I do within the grooming industry.
That sounds amazing.
So that's to come. I am now the student. So what about you, Michelle? What do you have going on?
Okay.
Get your little checklist out here.
The calendar looks like it's been redacted as usual. Yeah. So at the end of this month, I'm having a meeting with a colleague trainer that I met at IACP, and we are getting together to start our client video series for the different breeds and how you care for them. And this will be a labor of love to the client. Although any groomer and any trainer and anybody in the pet industry is welcome to peruse the videos, but we are starting that, and that is starting this year. It'll be done this year. That's a huge project, a bunch of videos, of course, again. But I think it's something that I don't see anywhere. You can't just go somewhere and see the things that we're going to be talking about. So I felt like we would fill that niche, if you will.
Yeah.
So that's happening. I am still working on a therapeutic flashcard deck that are the serious therapies that you're actually going to have to work with a veterinarian. So those are coming out sometime this year, but that's much later. Going to be at Pasadena. I'm also going to be in Teton in May, which is actually in Utah now. And I'll be presenting my 5-hour pet dermatology for pet professionals. It's a 5-hour class, and we'll also have a booth there. We're going to do that. Let's see. What else? Can't even give up. We're going to have the Savannah retreat at the Wellness Center. And that is 6 to 9 hours of education, a whole day of spa and use of the spa facilities. They have all kinds of classes that are included in your stay there. So you can take a bunch of classes, but it's an educational retreat that also focuses on your own wellness and refilling your cup. We've got a couple of big names that I don't want to say yet that are there, but some really awesome people are going to be there already. And I cannot wait to do this. This will be the first time I've ever tried something like this. But I made something that I myself would want to go to. Right. If I saw this somewhere, I'm like, oh, I'm doing that. That. So it's going to be really fun. So you'll see some new advertisements coming out here in the next few weeks about it. I have published the tentative itinerary on the website, allthingspa.com, and go to the Savannah Retreat. It's spelled with a C, Savannah Retreat tab. And then if you scroll down, you'll see the actual itinerary, and it will be filled in depending on time. Like if we do the 6 hours and everybody still wants to stay and be educated in the evening as well, I'll go up to 10 hours of education. I'm not afraid of it. We will talk about dog and skin and wellness and clay and everything else you want to talk about. I'll be right there. You can ask me anything. It's going to be a wonderful bonding, sharing moment that is not only showing you how to formulate for your pets and for yourself, if you wish. But it also gives you a whole day of spa wellness. So you'll get your pick of some treatment, a massage, a facial, something. And also the spa facilities themselves have little things in them to explore. They have a salt pool inside that's also like it goes from cold to warm to hot. And you get in the pools, and it's a circuit pool soak, if you will. It's got a resting area that's inside, but they have these little beautiful linen cabanas that you can just cozy up in and close the thing if you want. Just sit in your robe after your treatment and just contemplate your life. Outside, there is a heated salt pool, although it'll be in July, so you won't need it heated. It will be heated, I promise. Yeah. But you can avail yourself of that, and that is separate from the resort pool, which is just a splash and play and have fun in. There is a little breakfast cabana that has smoothies and all kinds of healthy sprout sandwiches and all this other stuff. And then there's an actual dining room. They do serve alcohol there, but within the restaurant itself. This is a true wellness center. It's not a resort with a spa attached to it. So everybody there is there to rejuvenate. It's just a lovely, lovely facility. And a side note, it's actually the facility before it became a wellness spa. When my husband became blind in 2014, he did not really want to go outside for about a year. But after a year, I convinced him, you know what, let's just go to a resort. And that way, and it was off season, of course. So we went and we basically had the place to ourselves. But it was the first time that he experienced swimming and being outside again while being blind. And I think there's a special place in my heart for the property itself. And I wanted to bring that rejuvenation and that feeling of wellness to others, because it just helped us renew and just rejoin the world again, after our trial, our hard experience. And I just think it's going to be amazing. And I'm so excited to bring that to you. Let's see what else is going on. There's so much. It's like I forget. The minute I try to talk about it, I'm just like, okay, no, nothing. Oh yes, I am creating also a referral service for the apothecary, because I'm really making a push to go into. I really want to refer to vets in your area. But in order to do that, I need a credential. You have to have either a CCE from Christine Pearson, an animal esthetician from me personally, certification, or the diploma master pet esthetician or salon esthetician before I can refer you, because then I know the material that you've been taught. So it's an exclusive referral list, but I need to know that if I tell a veterinarian, yeah, you can contact this person, I know that they have the same information that's going to help that vet. So all of the CCEs and things will be vetted. I'll need copies of your certificate. Just send me a photo, just so I can see that you've been through the course is fine. But it is an exclusive referral list. So if you want esthetician work from veterinarians, eventually they will be seeking your assistance because I'm making a huge push, not only for my services, but for your services as well. I think it's so important to get esthetician work out there. There are so many dogs that are still needing that type of service. So that's something that I'm really pushing for.
That's amazing. Because that's really going to open that up for those pet estheticians.
Yeah.
I mean, you've always been kicking indoors. So you're really
I got one big foot and it kicks indoors. That's what happens.
Yeah. And that's a good thing. That's how you get things done is to really make a push and say, this is a viable, valuable service. And there are trained professionals out there that can work. It elevates our industry.
Mm-hmm.
It shows
that. I also wanted to make a point that people really don't understand what my apothecary service is. So let me explain it a little bit. Maybe I can break it down. So there's several ways you can use the apothecary. Let's say that you just want dewdrops. Well, I've got dewdrops for you. I've got so many dewdrops for you. And dewdrops are cool. They are a moisture retention barrier. They're a barrier repair. So it's like a skin treatment. It's not like a daily lotion, although you can absolutely use them every day if you wanted. I've got a size for a drop that's big enough to do your whole body, or you can do a pet with it. Dewdrops are not just for people. They're for actual dogs. Let's say they have dry bellies or dry feet. You break one up, make it into the lotion, and that's what you finish on their feet. And it gives them that wonderful protection. The reason why dewdrops are different from other lotions or other treatments or other skin barriers is they're not petroleum. They're beeswax, emulsifying wax, and then every single oil that is in there is actually infused with 2 to 3 other herbs meant to be good for the skin. So it is a concentrated healing little droplet of goodness that works in water. If you think it's too waxy, add water, because it's meant to work with a bunch of water, and you make a lotion and then you put it on you and let it absorb. So I have dewdrops available. Also, I'm also introducing an economy size of dewdrops because it only comes 20 to a 10. And then the body drops are 12 to a 10. But if you would like to have a supply, I'm also making one that contains 60 a 10 for those of you who want to have a large supply in your possession at all times. So let's get to the apothecary part. I want to, and I've had several orders of the kits. I sell antifungal kit, antibacterial kit, coat recovery kit, and then I can formulate also separately for a veterinarian who has a specific issue for a client. So if they have like a compound infection, I can certainly formulate a kit for that. It comes with a shampoo, a conditioner, any minerals and oils separately so that you learn how to mix them. Anything that dog needs for that particular condition, I can formulate for topicals only. I am only a topical apothecary. Nothing is used internally. If you use it internally, that is at your own risk. I am not responsible for that. So it's all topical goodness for that. So you can get a kit by either purchasing a consultation or just purchasing one, and then you'll probably get an email clarifying what exactly it is you need. Also, if you have a client who's been to the veterinarian and has a diagnosis, you can order a kit for that diagnosis. Let's say that you don't have time to go to esthetician school, or that's just not your thing. Like you're more into scissoring or creative or Asian fusion, and skin's not really your thing. That's too technical or too whatever your focus is somewhere else. that's where I come in. Let's say you do have a client that develops a bacterial infection or whatnot. You can either call me and have your client have a consultation with me, and then I mix for that client. The client can actually purchase it and bring it to you as the groomer or as the esthetician, and you use it. It comes with detailed instructions. It's all pure from raw materials that are certified organic. What do you call it?
Everything is sourced.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like everything is sourced. It's not like you're.
What do you spray on stuff to kill it that's bad? See?
I know.
Can't think of it.
Pesticide free.
Yes, pesticide free. That's what it's talking about.
It'll come to us. Sometimes our brains have to work together to make one whole brain.
We've got two brain cells, and sometimes we have to fire them at the same time. All right, yeah. So everything and nothing that I formulate will interfere with internal medication. Okay. That's why we ask. There's a derm form that you can download for free and give it to your client, make them fill it out, and they can send it in to me. So that tells me, okay, this dog is on this medication. It's got this condition. So I know exactly what I want to formulate. And the wonderful thing about it is the kit itself doesn't cost anything more than $70, and it includes shipping. It is the most economical way. The kit itself will cover at least 4 weeks of therapy, weekly therapies. That's why it's so incredible. You can just get a tailored kit for yourself or for a pet client or for wherever. And I am gaining a whole roster of veterinarians across the country who are interested in this service but don't know how to do it, don't have time to do it. They don't have a staff to do it. But if you form a relationship with that veterinarian, I know this esthetician in Wyoming, and they're great, and you can go right to them. I'll formulate the kit, or they can manufacture their own kit at home. But for those who don't know, or just have a dog that's having some issues, we'll formulate it and send it to you. You use it just per the instructions, and you have success. So I'm going to say it's got a 90% success rate. There are some conditions that the immune system just can't handle anymore. So it's going to be a battle, a struggle to get that skin under control. So there's various ways you can do that. I have had people contact me and say, hey, just in a weird way, hey, do you make any wild yam products? That's just for an example. And I'm like, well, I don't now, but what are you thinking? And they're like, well, we want something because we learned wild yam is hormone balancing. Right. And I said, well, we can certainly give that a try, and I can make either a lotion or a wax or a dewdrop, if you will, with that component in it. And I think that's the beauty of it. I make these from scratch. I source all the raw materials. I infuse all my own oils. I make all my own tinctures. Everything from beginning to end, I've done by hand and formulated it specifically for that purpose. So that's my fun. Everybody that knows me knows I brew all the magic. Double boil in trouble.
She is the kitchen witch. She is. Yeah,
I'm a kitchen witch. I am, absolutely. But I want you to be successful. And my point at this time of my life is to get the information out there to help as many dogs, to educate as many groomers as I can, educate veterinarians, get trainers on board. I want us all to come together. I want standardized esthetician work included in certification. I want to share the information. The more we hoard it, the less people we have that do it. And if something should happen to me or to an esthetician, we've lost something really wonderful in the world. So the more we make, I think the better and stronger we get, and the more dogs we get to help. So that's my main focus. We're also having Dara Forleo of the Whole Pet Academy. She is going through for me at my behest the Master Groomer Council of Best Practices. So we are going to publish a second edition. We are well due for that second edition. We got a ton more material to put in it as far as pocket pets, guinea pigs, rabbits, cats, so much stuff to include in this next edition. And it's going to be prettier. And hopefully we could get it in print on Amazon print on demand or whatever at
Right.
a very cost-effective price so that anybody can look at it. Now, I did have someone email me and say, "Well, it kind of reads like it's a a manual for a groomer. It doesn't read like just standards." And I'm like, "But those are the standards. You have to learn
For
what you're
groomer.
looking at."
Right.
And if you've never seen that before, no, it's not a manual for groomers. It's the standard by which we work.
Right. But it is created for groomers.
It's created for groomers, but I had in mind that I wanted the client to be privy to it. I
Right.
want everybody to be privy to it because an educated client asks better questions. The dog gets better quality treatment, and we can all move forward from
Right.
there. So that's also in the works. Also, we are redeveloping at the Whole Pet Academy a new Master of Science, a new Master of Holistic Arts. So that's all going to be revamped, and that is also in the work. And I'm working with Chrissy Newmeyer Smith to get that done. Her and I are co-doing those particular degrees. So we're working on that. Oh gosh, what else? What else? I know there's more. I know there's more. I'll think of them. Oh, holy cow. There's just so much going on. There's a lot going on. A lot. So now tell me what you want to do.
All things to elevate. All things to really. Well, with my compassionate touchpoint therapy, the masterclass that I'm working on is actually, I'm structuring it in a way that once you take that class and you master that, then you can take that master and be able to teach others.
Mm-hmm.
So once you become the master, then you can become the educator. And so
Absolutely.
you can get groups together, and then you'll
Mm-hmm.
be able to educate groups in your area of the country and try to get groomers coming back together again, whether you're doing some online and some in person. That's the gist of that program. I would love to see this in every grooming scenario, that this is just a part of handling, and it's just a part of the way that we do our assessment, the way that we properly bathe, the way that we work with that pet when it's on the table or it's on the floor or it's in the lobby, that we understand that the power of touch and the power of intention is so much more than just moving this dog so we can get the perfect haircut.
Here.
And
I agree.
shifting them around and just it is of course an entire holistic approach to how we connect and what our energy is like when we are working with these pets, and ways to combat being able to absorb their energy, their anxiousness or their fear or their aggression, as well as understanding how to create a more positive energy when you are dealing with those difficult customers and you're dealing with those, what we like to call the 2.0 people that have extra questions, that have extra everything, as well as the customer that just wants to go, I don't want to know anything, just here, take my dog. So it will be a lot more about, you will learn a lot more about the handling and about the energy work, but you'll also learn a lot more about how to incorporate that into your actual business, whether you're, a groomer or a trainer or, whatever that you're working with, your vet tech. It is a kind of a synergistic blend of body work, of energy work, and of personal development, which are all of my favorite things. So I'll pull all that together, and that's why it's going to take me this year to build this, because of course
Mhm.
it also has to have video to go
Mhm.
with it,
Mhm.
and it is going to
That's a
require,
huge undertaking. That's
yeah,
just huge. Yeah, I get it.
so, and that's why I said I have to focus on specific projects, because I just tend to say, here's my plate, fill it up. I'll do this.
Right.
I'll try that. I'll do this, that, and the other. While I do, and I'm not saying this to brag, I do a lot of things well. That doesn't mean that I have to do a lot of things well. It means that I can take that confidence that I have in what I do and pour that into specific focus centered projects. And
Mhm.
that is what my goal is for 2024. I've said this before. I love manifest moments, and this is a manifest moment because I'm speaking
Mhm.
it into existence. So, the two things by the end of the year will be that program will be released, and I will be able to have the AHPP be what I wanted it to be from its inception. But, it just kind of got lost in the mire with all of us being so busy.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah. So, that's why I just chose to focus on two things. I mean,
Mhm.
I'm ADHD, so I'm like, woo, look, shiny object. I love
Mhm.
this. I can do this. I can do that. And just because you can do a lot of things well doesn't mean you have to. My grandmother used to say, jack of all trades, master of none. So
Mhm.
I want to be jack of all trades, but these are the two things I'm going to master this year. And they're two very large projects, two very large
Right.
scale projects. So, with that, I will be able to branch off into smaller projects from those two main projects.
Mhm.
And I think that they both bring camaraderie and bring a kind of a meeting of the minds of those that want to work holistically. And whether you're a groomer or not,
Mhm.
like the AHPP, I'm working on a section. You and I have discussed this before. That's specifically for pet parents. For the
Yes.
pet owner to go to that website and find a holistic groomer and find articles and information and blog
Mhm.
posts that pertain directly to them as a
Right.
pet owner.
I love that. I love that. I love
So
including them because they're a huge part of what we do. If it
absolutely.
weren't for them, we would have nothing.
And that's the same thing with my compassionate touch point therapy,
Mhm.
is
Yeah.
to be able to bring the pet parent in and show them also how to be able to access those acupoints that will help them with anxiety with their pet, help them with, oh, my pet gets so anxious in the car on the way. Well, here's all these things that you can do, whether it's a physical touch or it's an energetic technique that you can work with your pet. We're
Mhm.
seeing so many of these humans coming forward and saying, but I want to know how to do this. I want to work with my pet. And I think it's a neglected sector of the pet care. It's always about products for them, but it's not about education for them.
Right.
And I think that that's a big thing for me in this year in 2024 is a shift for me. Not that I don't want to work with groomers, because they're my tribe. They're my people. I've
Mhm.
said it from the get-go. I love groomers,
Mhm.
and I am one and will always be one, even if I am only grooming my dogs, which I
Right.
have quite a
Well,
few.
I think
But
also once you include the client, then I think we're less adversarial.
right,
Because they're
absolutely.
included. They're not, "No, you have to stay on that side and then pay me $200." You know what I
Right.
mean? You bring them into the education, and it changes everything. We still don't have nearly enough groomers in the country to serve
No.
all the dogs and cats and bats and rats that need served. And we're making a push, and you always know our motto, make one, be one,
Yes.
make one, make one, make one, is very important.
Yep. And my work at the school, AZ Pet Grooming Academy in Glendale, Arizona. We are currently working on trying to put together weekend classes and evening classes, because the interest is there. But a lot of times people can't not work a full-time job and go to school. So we're looking for alternatives, and we're working really hard on developing that, along with the extremely unique curriculum that that I put together for the school. So that has a lot to do with it. And these are for anyone 17 to 117. There is no age limit for it. And I'm always surprised as people come in. Like right now, we just got a father-daughter team, and which is great. He has changed careers a little later in life, and his daughter was looking for something. She's done a few other jobs, but nothing was a career that felt like it could be a career. So, it is an open industry, and I used to see us as being very closed to anyone outside of it. We were very skeptical. We were very guarded of letting anyone in, and we need them, and we need to bring these people in, no matter what their age is, and just show them why we love what we do. And so that's a huge passion project for me. I will forever be a boots on the ground, in the trenches educator in a physical classroom teaching groomers. That's my joy. I absolutely love that. So I will continue to do that.
You're very good at it.
Well, thank you. I love it.
You're an excellent instructor. She's so patient. She's just amazing.
I think that is, I always say, find your joy or follow your joy. That is really, even though I have hard days, and I have days that I'm like, I have to be like, hey, there's no crying because your dog doesn't want to stand up, or, it's so much more than.
She'll train you how to groom through your tears. You're fine.
Yes, exactly. But it's again, about managing your energy and managing your emotions, and how to deal with others around you. And we always used to be such a singular industry, and the way that I teach is very team oriented. So work together. You do not have to be picking up a 150-pound dog on your own.
Absolutely.
So just focusing on those kind of things, ergonomics, energy, physical touch, just all of that on top of the right way to bathe, and what's close, open, close, and sharing things like Barbara Bird's Suds and Scents. And,
oh my gosh. Yeah. Invaluable. Priceless. Priceless information.
They have no clue. These people are walking right in, and they're not exposed to any of that. So I give them a whole list of people to follow on social media, Instagram and Facebook and TikTok. And a lot of them say, well, I want to groom like this. And I tell them that's a great model to look at and be inspired, but don't compare yourself to anyone else. That's the most wonderful thing about being a groomer and being in the grooming industry, is that it allows us to be individuals.
Absolutely.
And I know for myself, for a long time, as a holistic groomer, I was a holistic groomer when there was no such thing as the holistic groomer.
It's true.
And was like, I was always the outsider. I was always the outcast. I was always the weirdo. And now I'm still all those things, but it just is. It's just the season.
You're not a weirdo.
I just had to wait 20 years for weirdo to become.
Are we creeps? Are we weirdos? Yeah. What the heck are we doing here, Melissa?
Yeah, I'll take it. I will.
So I
take
got two more companies I'd like to shout out before we wrap up. One is the Meditative Groomer Academy.
Yes, that's
They have a
Stephanie's
Sprout
school, right?
program, and they take you. It is such a good program. I do teach aesthetics there, but I'm only a small part of the whole program. It's run by Meg Iofrido and Stephanie Calhoun, I believe.
Mhm.
And they are amazing. And the program is so beautiful and so well put together. It's a great way to learn grooming. It's a great way to, I believe they do also have a la carte classes that you can take out of that academy. And it's got some really, really good instructors attached to that. And I just explored if you're in that mode of learning. So the Meditative Groomer Academy. And another one is Companion Animal Network. I just became a partner of Companion Animal Network, and it's going to be a great opportunity. I still have not even begun to develop that partnership yet, but they are helping me getting the word out on the retreat and on the dewdrops and things like that. So that's going to be over the year. We're going to integrate more into that as well and have offerings there as well. Some will be exclusive to Companion Animal Network, and you can only get it there. And then some things you can get it both from the Apothecary or allthingspaw.com and Companion Animal Network. So those are two more companies that are really going to be a big, huge part of my life this coming year. And I am so excited to get started with that. That is so much in the works that is just going to be amazing. And I feel called to do it. I feel called to do what I do. It brings me such joy, and I stay awake at night sometimes thinking, oh, did I do that? Can I change it? Can I make it better? My mind is a monkey mind. It is constantly going. And basically, sometimes my husband just smothers me until I pass out and then lets me have air again and then hope I stay asleep for a while. It's difficult. I live in here, okay? I live in here. So, yeah, I think we got a really great year coming up. I'm so excited to manifest it. It's going to come to fruition. It won't be anything different.
I think
so.
It's my sign. I think everybody needs to just have this sign.
Absolutely. And don't just sit there, you in the audience. Don't just sit there and say, oh, well, they're doing so much stuff. You know what? It took many, many years to develop the skills in order to offer the things that we offer. You have something. If you lean toward the groomer at the next table and help her learn how to shave a foot, make a clean foot, or, fix a top line or whatever, you're in it to win it for me. You're in it to win it. You're doing it. And when you wake up one day, you're going to be teaching them how to do the whole dog. And then after that, you're going to be teaching them how to do the bathing or the this or that or the fusion head or the whatever. It starts just like that. And if you can keep passionate about what you're doing, you'll wake up one day and you'll be like, okay, look at all these projects I got going on. It starts somewhere. You start at just that small thing about, hey, can I show you how to clean that foot a little bit better, a little bit faster, and a little bit safer? And that's how it starts. That is how it starts. And don't you ever lose that teaching spirit. And just because you're an instructor doesn't mean you know everything. I don't know everything.
No.
I know a bunch, but there's a bunch more that I don't know. And the way I learn is by teaching. You ask me questions, I got to learn the answer. If I don't know it, I'm like, okay, I don't know that, but I'll get back to you. And I find out. And you'll find a lot of people will try to bring you down a little bit and say, well, what's your credentialing? Blah, blah, my passionate heart and love of grooming. Those are all the credentials you really need to take you where you want to go.
Absolutely.
All these certificates are a byproduct of what I've worked on for my entire career. They're not the end all be all, but I'm proud of each one of those posts that you reach, those milestones. That's what those mean to me. There are milestones in my life that taught me that much more and brought me to a different level of understanding of what I do. And I'm very proud of all my whole journey of where I've been and what I've learned. Some of it was very traumatic and others were joyous. But all those combined to make you who you are as an instructor, and not everybody loves listening to my voice. So there's other people you can listen to, and maybe I speak to your soul and we connect, and that's great. But you might connect with somebody more. That's fine too, as long as you're moving forward, as long as you're being the very best that you can be and doing all the things to get you where you want to be and doing it with joy. Do it with joy.
Absolutely. And that's how you should do. You should approach any project, any day, is find some, even if it's the worst day, find some modicum of joy in that day, whether it's, well, the sun is shining, or I'm still breathing.
That's always a good one.
There are days that I say that to myself. Well, you know what? I'm still breathing. This day has beaten me up and down and sideways, but guess what? I'm still breathing, and I'm living to fight another day. And sometimes you do. Sometimes you have to fight your way through.
You do.
Nothing wrong with that. And sometimes the joy is in the fight, and when you don't have the fight, then you feel like, well,
you got to go out there and get you a little bit of it, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. So it's important. It's important to keep that spark and be charged up and be, like, I always feel like I'm at the starting gate.
Always,
like
yes.
Or, at like the waiting for that starter pistol to go off so I could just go. Because I have so many things, like you said, I always have a monkey mind, and I'm always trying to quiet my monkey mind and focus, because it's very hard for me. My monkey mind is off in every direction.
Yes.
So it's not a bad thing when you have a very creative spirit. It's understanding how to harness that creative spirit and then use it for your passion and use it for what you find.
Take care of yourself and all the things that make up who you are and what you are. Take care of your body, take care of your shell, so that your mind can go forth and fulfill your passions.
Yep.
All right. I think we're right about there.
Absolutely.
Ladies and gentlemen. You know what?
Yeah, I think so.
I wake up every day in joy. I wake up. Well, that's not true. I wake up every day. And when I open my eyes, I think, oh, okay, I get to do it again. I have another chance to do it again, right? So it's not always fun. It's not always easy, but it's worth it. And it's worth it. And I love spending my time with you.
Absolutely.
You are a joy and a treasure to my heart. May your next step be just as delicious as your last.
Same. Right back to you.